So good morning students. So I welcome you in the lecture of microengineering. So let me take the pen. Yeah. So in this today's lecture we will see the two cavity klystron amplifier. So what exactly two cavity klystron amplifier that we will see. So normally we know that we are using this frequency, this kind of frequency, that is nothing but the micro frequency. But how this frequency are generated? For example, if the satellite is there, suppose this is the ground station over there, this is the ground station and this is the antenna. Okay, this is the antenna, this is the kind of antenna over here, this is the ground station we are having situated on the ground, and this is my satellite. For example, this is kind of satellite over here. Okay, please try to understand this my diagram because I am drawing with the help of mouse. Okay, this is a satellite, yeah, such a kind of satellite, and this is sending some signal, obviously micro signals. This is received signal, two links are created. This is called as uplink and this is called as downlink. Okay, with respect to this what you can say, it is ground station antenna. So uplink and downlink over there. So in the chat box or comment box you have to mention that what is the uplink frequency for satellite communication and downlink frequency for the satellite communication. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this frequency is near about 2 point something gigahertz frequency, and this is downlink frequency something less than that one. So that frequency is generated by something. Okay, we have to generate that frequency first. So the frequency generated by the device, we are using some kind of devices like oscillators or amplifiers. We can, with the help of oscillator, we can generate the frequency, and in the amplifier, whatever the frequency we are having, we are just we are doing the amplification of that. Okay, so what is the motive of this? So to generate the signal by using oscillator and to amplify the signal by using such kind of amplifier. One of the example is klystron amplifier. Likewise, if I want oscillator, then it is nothing but what? Reflex klystron. Okay, reflex klystron is the oscillator. Again, in the your micro generator, micro oven, you will find a turntable over here. Okay, and here you are cooking your cake and all, and this is the structure is powered by a device is called as magnetron. Okay, magnetron, that is also an oscillator, magnetron. So we have to see the magnetron, how cylindrical magnetron works. No. Okay, in the radar also the magnetron is there. Okay, so in this particular model we have to see these things, what exactly mean by amplifiers, micro amplifier, what exactly mean by micro oscillators and all the things, TWTA, that is traveling wave tubes and all that, helix tubes and all that structures are there, different structures. So we have to see the different kind of structures in this particular model. Okay, so I will drop this portion first. Yeah, so if you are still not subscribed my channel, please go to the subscription. If you are subscribing, then you are getting the latest update of each and every video, and you can browse through the playlist and you can watch the entire video series of micro engineering 7th semester engineering, then electronic devices circuit, and you will find a you can watch the videos based on the DTSP subject. You can entirely watch the videos free of cost by subscribing the channel, and please like, share and the session. Okay, so such kind of structure is there, that is nothing but what this is a big amplifier, I can say that this is the big klystron amplifier. In our laboratory also we are having the klystron amplifier, that is RF micro test bench is there. So if you are coming to the college, we will perform practicals based on this micro test bench. There you will find a small device over there like this one, small tube like device, very small device. So that is nothing but my klystron amplifier. Okay, so before directly start with the klystron amplifier, I want to say something about the microtubes. So conventionally means previously we are using a conventional tubes like if you have seen the previously what is that television. Now you will find a LED TV, LCD TV. Okay, but previously you will find a TV that is based on the CRT, that is very bulky. So here you will find a display over there, and I think this structure is like this one. So see, this is your display, and this is the tube. Here you will find a tube. Okay, the gun is there, and this tracing and all that will happen. So likewise, the previously whatever the devices are used for to generate a micro frequency, to amplify or to oscillate, are nothing but the triodes or pentadiodes. Okay, 3 terminals are there and 5 terminals are there, like this. We are using that one, but what will happen in this case? What is happening in this case? There are a lot of losses are there. There are a lot of disadvantages are there, and output whatever the desired, that are very what you can say less output we are getting. Okay, because we know that gain should be equal to 1. Okay, gain it should be equal to 1. So why is it equal to 1? Because gain is nothing but my output divided by input. Output divided by input. Okay, output by input, it is my gain. If its value is less than 1, that it means that input is more 1 and output is less 1. Okay, if its value is what you can say less than 1. Less than 1 means suppose sorry, it's what I am trying to say is, if my gain is 1, that is nothing but input and output are the same one. Okay, input and output are same one. If my output is suppose 2 and input is my 1, so it's okay, its gain is 2. Okay, but if my gain is less than 1, I am saying less than 1, that it means that this output is less than my input. Output is less than my input. That should not be happen. That should not be happen. Means what? In case of amplifier, whatever the signal, 1 volt signal you are getting, and we are obtaining the signal as 0.5 volt, 0.4 volt amplitude. So this is the reduction of amplification. So this should not be happen. This should not happen. We want the signal, it should be greater than 1 volt, which is applied on the input side. So this is all are the losses we are having in case of our traditional or conventional tubes, micro tubes over there. Just a minute, I will erase the things. Yeah. So what are the limitations are there in the conventional micro tubes? We will see first limitations, and then we will start with the actual what the klystron, 2 cavity klystron amplifier. This is working in it. We'll see how much syllabus we are cover, how much content we will cover in this particular lecture. Okay, so what are the limitations? In few exam you will find a 4-mark question or 5-mark question based on this. What are the limitations of conventional micro tubes? So what are the micro? That is nothing but the circuit reactance, not the resistance. That is nothing but the inter-electrode capacitance and lead inductance. Okay, this is the first limitation. That is nothing but second is nothing but the transit time effect. Then third is nothing but my cathode emission, and fourth is nothing but the power loss due to skin effect, radiation, and dielectric loss. Okay, these are the 4 limitations of conventional micro tubes. Okay, so we will see one by one what are the limitations of conventional micro tube. The first is nothing but the inter-electrode capacitance. Inter-electrode capacitance. So you will find, suppose this is my tube, triode. Just a minute, where is my cursor? Okay, this is a tube because it is having 3 terminals, 1, 2, and 3. Triode. So this is an anode and this is cathode. If I am connecting this as ground or negative over there, so this is my cathode and this is my anode. So what conventionally happens is, this electron will, this anode will, this cathode will generate an electron, it will emit the electron and it will catch up the electron. So now imagine the thing, so these two are the conducting plates, and if they are conducting plates and if it is filled with the air or any dielectric material. We are saying that air is also dielectric material, we can say that. So if it is there, so it is absolutely act as a what? Capacitor. It acts as a capacitor. Capacitor. So what happens in the capacitor? Okay, what happens in the capacitor is capacitance. So what will happen in the capacitor if the space of this is increasing? What you can say? Space of in between these two plates is increasing. Then what will happen with the capacitor? We know that capacitor is equal to C is equal to A by D. Okay, area is A by D. Okay. So what will happen? Capacitor is directly proportional to area and inversely proportional to the distance between the plate. So if the distance between plate is less one, then what will happen? Capacitor will be more, and vice versa. Okay, with the help of area is nothing for us, for example. So as once frequency is more one, then what will happen? F is equal to, we know that F is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi Fc. Okay, that is capacitor is inversely proportional to again frequency, and this frequency, this capacitor is again inversely proportional to my this one, that is nothing but frequency directly proportional to my distance. Okay, so if distance is more one, the frequency will be more one. Okay, so like this one, the lead capacitance will act as a, because as we have to generate the frequency, capacitor is the most important part in the any circuits. Okay, lead inductance capacitors, yeah. So lead inductance is also there. Lead inductance is also plays an important role to limit the frequency response of the any triode and all that circuit. Okay, all the circuits are there. So what will happen when the frequency increases? The reactance of this becomes appreciable. Means if the frequency is increasing, because frequency is increasing, what will happen? The inductance effect is also going to be count over there. Okay, we have to count the limit the performance of the tube by providing the degenerative feedback. So it will form a negative feedback over there, due to which what will happen, as we know that negative feedback we are using to limit my output. Okay, it should not go beyond our limit, so we are using the negative feedback to limit our output. So we are getting the limited output. Okay, they can be minimized by using short leads. Okay, short lead tubes. So short lead tube you have to use over there. So the transit time effect. So what exactly mean by transit time effect is that, suppose this is my anode and this is my cathode. This is my anode and this is my cathode. So this cathode is generating electrons, and that is get attracted by this anode. This is get attracted. So the space in between these two is called as what you can say transit, something space over there, repeller space, I can say that. So the time required by the electron to travel from the anode to cathode to the anode is nothing but my transit time. Okay, and the effect due to this is nothing but my transit time effect. So what exactly it show to us? Suppose if the transit time is very less, that is nothing but very less, so it is nothing but the short circuited. Okay, means very small time is required to travel this electron. If it is very small, then what will happen? This anode and cathode become short. It is become short, and this will happen at the, if you are increasing the frequency more, and we are using on the microwaves. Normally what will happen in the normal frequency? Nothing will happen with your tubes. If you are increasing the frequency, then lot of inductive capacitor, then inductor effect, capacitor effect, lot of effects, minor effects are going to hamper our performance of the tubes. Okay, so I think we will stop over there, and whatever the remaining losses and velocity modulation, buncher, catcher, cavity, and this remaining we will see in our next lectures. So thank you very much for attending the lecture. Thank you.